Third video now, and you may notice something a bit different about me. I have my braces off. It's been a year since Christmas, but which is quite a short length of time to have them on, but it just felt like so long. It hasn't felt like a short length of time at all. I do kind of miss them though. I only got them off this morning and I already miss them. I keep going to like touch them and I'm like, oh, where've they gone? But no, at lunchtime I keep wanting to smile at people. At lunchtime when I was ordering my food, I was like, yes, can I please have a sausage roll? I felt like, my friends were all like, Jess, please don't smile so manically. But I felt like I was in a cartoon, you know, with the little stars, and I was like, I felt really cool. But yes, this time around I'm going to do nature names, and I think nature is a really nice link to have with the name, because people have already heard the word but haven't necessarily heard of it as a name. So I'm going to do it in order of preference, and the first name is Peony. Now I think Peony is a really cute and girly name. It's very, you could see it aging well on a person. And even though it is a bit of a weird nickname, I think P is quite a cute name as well, as a nickname for Peony, and that's a flower. Next one is Meadow. Now the only reason why Meadow isn't a bit further up on my list is because it does sound like a word, if you know what I mean. You want a name to be connected with that person, not the word, if you're going to use a word as a name. And I think Meadow is just, people are never going to connect it to like their friend called Meadow. They're always going to connect it to a field, if you know what I mean. Next one is Echo. I really like the name Echo, but it's not quite my style of name. I like I've said in the past, I like feminine names. And this is quite short and not necessarily like girly. Next name is a really nice one. It's Sequoia. Now I love the name Sequoia, like the word Sequoia anyway. I love just saying it. And I think it sounds really elegant and nice, but the only problem with Sequoia is that, you know, not many people will know exactly how to say it, and you are going to get a lot of people saying different ways of pronunciation, and you know, you're always going to have to spell out your name if you're called Sequoia. As nice as it does sound, it's no problem with that one. Evening is a very elegant and sophisticated sounding name, I think, and I love the name Eve as a nickname. Ember is the next one, and I knew two little girls called Ember and Willow, and I thought they were the most gorgeous names ever. I do like Ember a lot because, you know, a lot of people have heard of Amber, the name, and it's quite a common name, and then Ember, although it is a different word completely, it does sound like a bit of a spin off the name Amber. Next name is Aspen, and Aspen is a tree. Oh, I didn't mention that Sequoia is a tree as well. I think Aspen is, although it's quite a masculine sounding name, I do think it works on a girl. It's also a city, and I'm going to be doing location names soon, and Aspen comes up in that name list as well, but I think I put it as a boy's name this time. But yeah, I think it works for both. Tinder is my next girl's name. I've liked Tinder for quite a while now, and Tinder is obviously leftover words. And as strange as it sounds, I do quite like the nickname Tin. I know that sounds really weird, but I quite like that. Prairie is my next name on the list. I've liked this name for ages, and I think it's really cute and feminine, but I can't exactly see it aging very well on a person. You couldn't really imagine a middle-aged plus lady being called Prairie, really. But I really like that one. KN is my top name. I love this name. I think the words, I love the spelling of it. I think it looks really smooth. With the E-double-N-E, it looks really like feminine, and it does look like a name. And KN is a spice, but I don't think you would really connect it with the word, you would connect it with the name. And I love the name Kaya or Kay, and I think it's a really nice one. It's definitely like my top name by quite a while. On to the boys. Cedar is first, and cedar is a type of tree, and I do like the name Caesar, so that's probably why I like cedar. Almond is probably got the same kind of link with meadow really, because people are going to think of the nut almond, not the name. North, I think it's really strong and quite boyish, but is still quite, like, it's not really hard and kind of aggressive sounding, it's still quite soft and nice, as well as definitely being a boy's name. Auburn is a lovely colour and a lovely name. June, I really like this name, but the only problem with it is it does sound quite a lot like the girl's name June, as in the month with the J. But I think that once you knew that the boy's name is spelt with a D, you would pronounce it a bit differently, like a June, like not June. I think you wouldn't really necessarily have that problem once you knew that it was spelt with a D. You wouldn't think that he had a girl's name even. But you know, as nice as the name is, you would have to be aware of that problem. Finch is a type of bird, and I hear this one where I live. I hear this quite a lot as a last name, but I do actually like it as a boy's name. I think it's quite cool, but it does sound like a nickname. It doesn't really sound like a full name. Sage is a name that I don't really like a lot of names that could be boys or could be girls' names, but Sage is one of the few names that I actually really like that. I think a boy's way of spelling Sage is S-A-G-E, and I think a way to make the name sound more feminine, you would add an I in it, so it would be S-A-I-G-E. Near the top now, it's sorrel next, and sorrel is a type of spice, same as sage, and I really like that name. Yeah, it's quite soft and gentle sounding. Not really a rough and tumble kind of boy. I can't really picture a rough and tumble kind of boy called sorrel really. Basil is the next one. I love basil. I think it's quite old-fashioned English name. Although it is a spice, you'd automatically connect it with a name, not necessarily the spice. And I think that's quite an old-fashioned, nice-sounding name. Harbour. I'm quite pleased with this name. It's definitely this is my top name, and I'm quite pleased with it because I thought about it myself. And I was busy writing a story the other day, and I was like, I really like the name Harbour. I didn't use it as a name, but I was thinking about names with links and stuff, and I really like the name Harbour actually. You can't get many nicknames out of it though. Harbour doesn't really work, but no, I really like that one. And I think for a boy's name, you don't necessarily need a lot of nicknames. I think for a girl, it's quite important to have nicknames, but then for a boy, not necessarily. So yes. I hope you enjoyed this one. Now I'm going to put annotations up here to say, I kind of want people to say which type of video they want next. I have ideas for categories that I'm going to do, and I just want people to help me decide which one to do next because I find ordering them quite difficult. I've already got all the lists sorted for them, but just please comment saying which ones you want. So thank you so much. I read every single comment and I get excited every single time I just get a new view. So keep going, and thank you very much.